Hey everyone, welcome to Money Matters with Marshall and me, Mickie. Today we are going to be talking about something really important, aren't we, Marshall?
Yes, ma'am. We are excited to be here.
We're
How are
going
you?
to talk about the silent wealth killer. That's right, analysis paralysis. Yeah, it really is a wealth killer, right? I mean, Marshall, why is it that so many, and I mean, when I say smart people, I mean smart people.
Right.
Why do they end up overthinking investments?
Yeah.
What's up with that? They do that all the time.
Well, that's a great question. A lot of it's just the anxiety. It feels like you should be doing something. When you see the market up and down, you should be taking action. And, everyone hears of the day traders and they're doing stuff. And the reality is that, those kind of things are hard to be successful in. And so, patience is a virtue, right? But it's not easily practiced, especially in our culture with everything's right there. It's so quick. Amazon delivers in 4 hours.
Right. Exactly.
Crazy. I can get something right now. And anyway, I don't even have to leave my chair. And so patience is the name of the game. And so, I was thinking about this question, why do they overthink it? Right. I planted some trees in the backyard, some, little fruit trees and stuff.
Sure.
And I start looking at nothing's happening.
Right.
I'm looking at the dirt, the little things sitting there. It's like, what's the deal? Right? Yeah. Like investing, like, what we need to do? We need to dig that up and put it in the other yard. It's not working here. Let's move it. Let's change our strategy. Let's move everything around. Yeah. Right? You don't do that with a tree in the backyard, do you? Why?
No. Because it needs time for its roots to get rooted in and then to flourish.
That's right. It takes time and to understand the process of growth and investing. Right. You can't put a tree in the ground and the next day you got fruit. It just doesn't work that way.
That's so true. And what's along the same lines, there are people out there that don't even plant the tree.
That's
because
right.
They're so busy overthinking it that they don't even get going.
That's right.
I mean, what does it actually cost someone financially when they spend years overthinking, trying to figure it all out before even investing?
Yeah. It's what does it cost them? It costs them everything, really. I mean, there's a thing in economics called opportunity cost. It's kind of one of those weird things, but here's a way to think of opportunity cost. Let's say you have $20 in your pocket, right? Yeah. You could buy a pizza for $20. You could buy a book, or you could save and invest the money. Okay. Right. So if you spend it on the pizza, you've lost the opportunity for the other things to do anything for you.
True. Good point.
I mean, if you read a book, it could change your life completely.
Maybe.
If you take the 20 from the and you put it in a savings account or an investment account, in some time it's going to be worth more. So it's called opportunity cost, but that's kind of a complex idea. But the idea is that you just you're losing by not putting it in the right place.
Right.
You're losing by not putting it in the right place and making that decision to plant the tree and leave it alone for a little while. Water it. You water it by adding some fertilizer and adding some other stuff to it.
Yeah.
Not digging it up and replacing it just because it's not doing anything.
Yeah. And I mean, to your point, it's kind of funny. It's reminding me of this. So for those of you watching, we actually created a wealth accelerator checklist. And it's really great because some people plant that tree and then they're starting to see that, wait a minute, this isn't completely flourishing, but I think I need to go back and revisit. Maybe I need to go to a nursery and get some advice on this. So putting that in respect to finances, go over this checklist because you might even have a plan in place, but you need to go back over it and make sure your plan is still solid. So we have a really quick checklist. It only takes a few minutes to go through it. We call it the 15-minute checklist, but some people, they glance over it in just a few minutes. So go to the link below. I'll have it right there, and you can download that today and check it out. So, I mean, I would be remiss if we didn't talk about that because it's so
awesome.
Yeah. So I have a question here, Marshall.
Sure. Yep.
When you look at people who have built wealth successfully, okay, so these are people who have actually planted the tree and they're doing great. Their tree is growing. So is their investment strategy usually something complicated, or is it something that's surprisingly simple?
Yeah, that's a great question. Complex or simple, right? We get fooled by complexity, right? We think if it's complex, it should be for smart people, and smart people do well, right? Yeah. I've mentioned before that book entitled The Millionaire Next Door. And I read that like 25 years ago, and it explained that the smart people in our society, doctors, lawyers, you know, all those people, they look rich, but they're not the wealthy. The wealthy people are the millionaire next door that's driving the old Buick and you know, running a plumbing company or electrician, right? So it's not a complex, it's not an intelligence thing. It's a standard, simple process. And you know, they asked Warren Buffett, you know, who's known as one of the world's greatest investors, what he would do, and he just said, buy a S&P 500 index fund. Talk about boring, right?
That's going to make you a millionaire. Do it, right?
Yeah. And even you know, Buffett and his partner Charlie Munger talks about you know, waiting for the fat pitch, right? The simple pitch. And you only get a few of those in your lifetime. And so the idea of educating yourself and learning is to understand when the fat pitch, when the easy one's coming across the plate, right? And so it's not complex, it's not complicated, but it requires continual attention, paying attention. So that when it happens, you know, oh my gosh, I got to swing at this. I got to take this opportunity, right? So it's not complicated. It's simple, but not easy. We've talked about that a lot on the podcast. It's simple, but it's not easy to do because like we started with, the impatience, you know, we're, you know, the tortoise and the hare, right? You think we should be the rabbit running after, but we really need to be watching for the opportunity, slowly watching for, you know, that great opportunity to be successful. So no, I think it's simple in my view.
Oh, that's good to know. So sounds like we can all jump in and get started on it. So if someone wanted to simplify, you know, just simplify their investing decisions today, what would you say are 3 things that they should focus on most?
To simplify their investing. Contribution is a big part of it. You got to contribute to these. You know, there are things that show, you know, when you're 20, you put in a certain amount and don't put anything else in for 40 years, it's going to be, but it needs contribution over time.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is the number one thing. And then
long-term discipline, right?
Yeah. The contribution, but the long-term discipline is the patience to let it grow. Right.
Yeah,
so that's the second thing, patience to let it grow. And then find good advice. You know, ancient wisdom says there's wisdom in wise counsel. Right? Find people that you trust and listen to them. There's people that I listen to and pay attention to what they say. Now, I don't do everything that they do, but I listen to what they say. So I would say contribute, patience, and then find good advice. So that's the way it is with great investors. You understand their worldview.
Yeah, and I know that one of the things that you just hammered all the time, goal setting too. So, I mean, maybe that's a 4th. So,
there you go.
Why not? We'll be overachievers today. All right. So for someone who's listening right now, who feels really stuck in their investment decisions and like, you know, a lot of people get into that research mode, especially when they're overthinking. What's the first practical step that they can take to move forward,
right,
with confidence. You know, what's the first step that they could do?
Just keep it simple, right? Keep it simple. And, you know, if that means opening a savings account, you know, you have your checking account, open a savings and start putting a certain amount in that every week, right? Pay yourself first every week. You know, one of the guys I like to listen to says, you know, if you're reading a book about exercise and it says in the book, okay, now put this book down and get on the ground and start to exercise, and you don't do it right then,
right?
What's the point of the, you know, give that book away. Do it now.
Yeah.
Get on the floor and do your push-ups and do your sit-ups. And
right.
so it's that simple. You know, we get in our head about all this stuff. What's that?
You actually have to do it.
You have to do it, right? It doesn't happen on your by itself. And so you get in your head about that it's complicated, it's all this and that, but just make one simple step. You know, I've talked a lot about that book, Atomic Habits, and just the way an atom is a small little thing to make a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
You know? And so make one little step in the right direction and then build on that once that habit is established. So you mentioned goals, but I like systems as well, right? Wealth building systems.
Absolutely.
Set that up as well. So goals and systems are the way to go. But that's what I would say. You know, if the book says get on the floor and do a push-up, see if you can do a push-up, right?
Well, that's where I go back to our wealth accelerator checklist.
Right.
You know, because that's a great way to get started right now. Even if you don't have a plan, you can go over that and go, oh, wow, this is all I need to do. This is what I need to have in mind. Okay, I can do this. It's doable. So seriously, those of you watching, go to the description right now, go to the link and get yours downloaded today. It's free. It's free. We're just here to help. So, and actually Marshall does do consultations with people. So, you know, go ahead, download it, take a look. And then if you need some clarity, schedule a clarity call with Marshall right away. So it doesn't take long and you walk away with so much more in mind and feeling that it is doable. You can do this.
That's right. Yep. I love doing people. That's one of my natural things is just encouragement and seeing people improve and get better. I love to do that.
Exactly. All right. Well, everybody, please go ahead and do that today. I hope that you have some great takeaways from what you've learned today, and put in the comments something that was an aha moment, something that really resonated with you today. So go ahead, put that in the comments right now and be sure to subscribe. Thanks so much for joining us on Money Matters, and we will see you next time.
All right. Talk to you later, Mickie.
Okay, bye.